Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for July. Your ruling planet is the go-getting Jupiter. This influence is very much about what is possible, not what isn't. And therefore, you can sometimes be impatient with obstacles or people who tend to see things in perhaps a more cautious way to you. But Jupiter has moved into a part of your horoscope that's to do with wealth, that's to do with resources, property, investments, insurances, and anything to do with commercial transactions. Now, if you're somebody who's involved in any of these areas, the next 12 months can be really quite exciting for you. But as you burst into this new month, there is a clash between the Sun in this area too, and also Pluto. And also Mercury is in this 8th house area, and Mercury is twisting backwards. So let's just go right back to the start of July and start to unpick this for you. When the Sun and Pluto are in confrontation, it points towards a situation that can come up where we may be tempted to act against our own best interests or even our own moral parameters. So if someone offers you a fantastic deal on some kind of consumer item which is ridiculously cheap, well, you get the drift. You're better to walk away. The same again if someone comes up with some kind of amazing get-rich-quick scheme. Of course, there are always these kind of things going round, and maybe a few people at the very outset of them do gain. But often they turn out to be something that's not really very sustainable. So go careful. Go very, very careful. Also go careful around the things you share with people. And go careful about forcing your values on other people. Because with Mercury twisting backwards, it's possible that even if you do try to explain how you feel, someone else will get completely the wrong end of your stick. If you are negotiating with a bank or a financial institution about remortgaging or some kind of loan, you need to be utterly factual in your approach, or you could really seriously affect your reputation. You see, Jupiter can tempt us to go for things in a big, big way, but it also can see us building the stories up in our minds. And it could make you almost over-ambitious at times this month, so just be conscious of that. But in a more spiritual sense, Jupiter forges a delicious link with Neptune, which starts on the 7th and runs on through to the end of this month. This may see you start to think more about your ideal home, roses around the door syndrome, but it also could help you to think very carefully about the emotional interactions you have with people and the benefits that can be gained by going deeper down, scratching beneath the surface, not viewing things as they first seem. Now there is, on the 5th through to the 10th, a wonderful link between Uranus and Venus. The suggestion here is that somebody could surprise you with an invitation. It could be to replace a friend who's not able to go on a trip or an excursion, or perhaps even a holiday. You may have to make a snap decision, but something can work out really well for that 5 days. Be up for the opportunity. Now Saturn's starting to go forwards on the 8th, and there's also a new moon. So I do feel that the psychological influences that have been swirling around your situation since last October, and perhaps more recently, if you felt at times a little bit unsure of yourself, your confidence hasn't always been fully charged up, I do feel that this will help you. It's not going to be a panacea, because Saturn is asking you to get much more conscious about your hidden motives and the things that are not so obvious with your motivations. But the new moon can be a boost, as can the arrival of Mars in your 8th house on the 14th. That's got sharp elbows. It wants it, and it wants it now. It can make you more forceful in business negotiations, and it could work out very well for you, particularly as it immediately combines with Jupiter. And this extra confidence that it bestows on you could be amazing. But confidence is a very intangible thing. It can be with us one minute and gone the next. Be careful you're not overconfident, Archer, because that could be the pitfall that you fall into. The Sun moves, however, on the 22nd, and also Mercury, I should say, ends a backward journey on the 20th. So if there have been things that have been bogged down or slow to materialise for you, especially around those financial business areas of life, things can start to go forwards, and you may be in the mood to shake things up. Have some time out, travel, go away, Perhaps spend some time with people who are lighter and more fun to be with. But on the 19th, Venus moves, and it almost immediately goes into a very, very tricky opposition with Neptune. When it comes to your business associations and relationships, you need to really keep your wits about you. And this goes back to that point I raised just a moment ago. Be utterly straightforward in your dealings. Do not be tempted to do anything underhand or cut corners. If you do, it really could create havoc for your personal reputation. Also, be conscious that in a romantic context, if you like someone, are they truly available? Are they the real deal? Or is it a bit of a fantasy in your mind? As the month draws to a close, the Sun, Pluto and Jupiter go into opposition, as do Pluto and Mars. This suggests if you want something too much in the material world, it may be something that's not good for you. Go careful to tame your desires, but it also could lead to a very intense period for your romantic interactions as July comes to a close. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.